Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven.
I'm Alec.
And today we go over our top 5
daily drinking bourbons.
Alright, so today we're going to go over our top 5 daily drinking bourbons. The criteria for this is going to be 1, it needs to be easy to find.
2, it needs to be relatively cheap.
3, it needs to taste good.
Or well enough.
Yeah, good enough for a daily drinker.
Yeah, for your cheap daily drinker.
Yeah, so it needs to be cheap, easy to find so you can replace it, but also not too crazy where it's gonna comatose you during your workday.
Right, nothing that you're gonna have a glass of and then you're gonna feel it in the morning.
Yeah, so nothing too high proof, cheap, easy to find, nothing allocated, things of that nature. So you wanna kick it off, Alec? Alrighty, coming in at number 5, we got Maker's Mark.
Yep, the old Maker's Mark, weeded whiskey, 45% alcohol by volume, and about $25 at a Total Wine or Bourbon, your generic alcohol vendor. So Steve, what kind of tasting and smelling notes we got on this?
It's just like sweet honey, a little bit of oak, but nothing too aggressive, a little bit of like fruits like apples and whatnot, but just basically your middle of the road bourbon with a little bit of a sweeter profile due to the, wheat addition rather than, the higher wheat content.
Yeah.
The fact that it's a wheated bourbon, which doesn't fit for everyone, but for Alec and stuff, people who are crazy, it works out.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 4, we got good old Knob Creek.
Knobby Knob, yep.
9 years.
Yep, so good old bottle of bourbon. It's also going to be at 50% alcohol by volume. And this one also comes in right around that $25 range. More or less, yeah. But I think if you've been to a bar, you've probably seen Knob Creek a little bit higher up on their shelving. But it's literally just because it's Knob Creek. It's got a name. But it's good overall.
My only gripe and complaint with this bottle is the wax that usually goes around here. That's why, as you can see, it has been removed because beep that. But this is a solid bourbon. Your typical like caramel, vanilla,
nutty,
oak, it has a little bit of a nuttier characteristic since it is a bean product.
And I think this one is also kind of known for having a little bit more of that bite to it.
Yeah. Well, it comes at 100 proof, so it's a little bit more aggressive than your typical like Jack Daniels or something of that nature. So it's nice for mixing in cocktails, just nice on the rocks, nice in a Glencairn, however you want to have it. It's always going to be there.
Yes. Also, on that note, best drink I've ever had with this Knob Creek was actually a blackberry mule that was made with bourbon, and I don't know why, but it was delicious. So if you're looking for something a little bit out there,
Knob Creek, 9 year, 100 proof. Coming in at number 3, we got good old Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Alright, so Wild Turkey 101. Obviously, Wild Turkey, this is their 101 batch, so it's about 50.5% alcohol by volume. This is a solid, lovely $18 bottle, and it's It's bourbon. It's bourbon by name, bourbon by nature.
All right, Nashville. But yeah, solid, nice, basic beginner kind of bourbon. Has a nice little oak, honey, vanilla. But this one also hits you with spice at the back end, which is kind of like baking spices, you know, cinnamon, cloves, stuff of that nature.
Yeah, I know. I think like whenever I have a glass of this, it's got a really big flavor to it, you know, as far as something that you could have and it would be good as, you know, a daily drinker. You're gonna get all that flavor to it. It's got a little bite. Overall, it's a good bottle of bourbon.
Go ahead and get yourself some Wild Turkey 101.
Yeehaw. So sad.
Coming in at number 2, got good old Buffalo Trace.
Or Buffalo Trace if you say it the right way. Buffalo Trace, okay, it's 90 proof. It's, you know, just regular bottle of bourbon, but 20 bucks, not a bad idea. Honestly, this for 25. But for this kind of bottle.
Here's the nose prices. The dog's barking. It's okay. Like that.
Anyway. Yeah, but like it's not a bad bottle of bourbon, and the fact that just like the 101, it's got a lot of good flavor to it. This has probably the most flavor actually out of everything that we've put up here so far.
Surprisingly, just due to the fact that I think it's the most complex, but it's weird because it's only 90 proof, but it's that sweet, simple.
I mean, just look at the color. This is like, it literally looks like caramel apple if you were to liquidize it.
Yeah, it's sweet, easygoing, nice. You can't complain with Buffalo Trace. It's solid. I get a weird little funky grass note at the end, which I can't understand, like a leathery grass note, but that's just me personally. But a lot of people love this. I like this a lot. Can't complain. This is a store pick because I don't have a normal version, but be like that.
Anyway, you see a bottle of Buffalo Trace, might be worth picking up for
tonight. Especially a store pick. Ooh, which store pick is about 30 bucks, but fire.
And coming in on the top, number 1,
Old Forester, 100 proof. Old Forester, 100 proof. All kidding aside, great bottle of bourbon. For us, a lot of people say it comes out roughly around $25. For us here in Arizona, Total Wine, it's 18.
Yeah.
Cheap.
$18. Cheap, and for 100 proof, and for the taste and just overall, it's the best.
Oh my god, it's like a sweet honey, caramel, vanilla, oak.
I think that's what makes it so great though, is that it's everything you want out of bourbon.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's trying to impress in any other ways. It's just like, this is how bourbon is done.
Yeah, it's easy going. It's not too aggressive, not boring either. It's everything you want. Doesn't really have a lot of spice, but I kind of appreciate that after a long night of work.
Yeah.
Don't really want anything too aggressive, but you know, I mean, if you want something aggressive, you could choose another bottle. But as a daily drinker, most days you haven't really had that rough of a day at work, so you know, you kind of just want something easygoing, something old reliable, old faithful, and that's why we got Old Forester 100 proof. Phenomenal whiskey for $18.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Awesome.
And that is the conclusion of our list. We do have one honorable mention.
Yeah.
Honorable mention is Early Times Bottled in Bond.
Why aren't we actually putting this on?
So this is an honorable mention, not because we didn't think it was good, because it's definitely good enough to make the list. The only issue is it is getting discontinued, or it isn't. Who knows at this point? But that is a conclusion for this here episode.
Until next time.
Yeah. Do us a favor, like, comment, subscribe.
Check out the Instagram, check out the Facebook channels, and check out anywhere you see Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans.
We'll see you later. Cheers.